for you at the LCC Dental Hygiene Clinic. The clinic is located on the ground floor of the H building and is open to all interested adults and children in the community. Call 440-525-7220 or stop in to make an appointment today.
Hey Lakeland, start off your semester right with a charged mobile device. Now at Lakeland, we have 4 mobile device charging stations that can be used for free throughout the campus. They are located in Breakers, E-Lounge, C-Lounge, and Y Building Game Room. Each device comes with 8 cords for mobile devices. Get charged up today. These were provided by Lakeland Student Government.
It's Lake Effect.
Like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Lake Effect Radio Station.
Ride LakeTran free with your student ID. For more information, visit www.laketran.com or call 1-888-LAKETRAN.
Brain Center walk-ins in the library, C351. Free and no appointment needed. Need assistance in guiding and enhancing your writing skills? A Writing Center tutor is available to students working on assignments, papers, and projects. They are available Monday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., Tuesday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., Thursday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 440-525-7425 for more information.
Attention LakeTran riders! Starting on May 2nd for at least the next 2 years, LakeTran will be going back to Saturday fixed routes. This means on Saturdays, routes 1 through 6 are slated to run from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. For more information on these changes, please contact LakeTran at 440-350-1012. That is 440-350-1012.
Good afternoon, Lakeland. This is DJ Sparkles on Lake Effect Radio, and you're listening to Dork with withwe at 3. And today I have a new... Hello, can you hear me? Yes, okay. Today I have a new guest, and we're going to talk a little bit about Rubik's Cubes because you know what? I'm a total nerd, and I like to solve Rubik's Cube. And my lovely guest is trying to figure out how to solve one. Why don't you tell us some stuff about how this process has been going down?
Not too well, I do say so myself. I don't really understand how exactly how it works, but again, I kind of do, sort of, in a way. I'm trying to figure out how to put all the corners in one spot.
It's challenging.
Been trying to work on that.
It's challenging, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's pretty challenging. The thing is that I don't really want to lose my progress, and that's probably not a good mindset to have when trying to solve for the Rubik's Cube. I'm not really sure. I don't really solve them much, but she does.
It's only a matter of practice and know-how. That's all I have to say about them. Because you know what? I have this cube over here, for those of you who are watching. It's called the Rubik's Revenge. It's a 4x4, and I can't seem to get those last few pieces in place, so even I don't know how to solve that, but I can solve that little one, no problem. So, you were telling about, I have a little challenge for him. I'm trying to get him to have all of the white faces on one side so that he can, the camera's over there, so that he can get on steps to solving his Rubik's Cube and learning and all that jazz, because I'm such a helpful person and I like teaching people new things. So, besides the Rubik's Cube, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself? Like, what do you like to do? What do you want to be called for this show?
Called? Should I use my real name, or do you?
Whatever
really
you would
care?
like. I use a nickname for myself on air, and you can do the same, or you can use your real name.
Well, I visited the Gamers Guild before, and they just one of my friends nicknamed me Old Spice because apparently they said my voice is soothing like the Old Spice guy. So let's just go with that.
All right, so we've got Old Spice with us today. Yes, I love it. All righty. And so you were talking about Gamers Guild. How do you like Gamers Guild?
Well, it's a pretty interesting place. I played a few Magic rounds with some people I met, and geez, some decks people build. Oh my gosh.
Crazy, aren't they?
Yeah. There's even some that like makes you like take extra turns, and like I don't even get a turn sometimes. It's like
Yeah, that's no fun. For those of you listening who may not know as much about Magic, Magic is a card game that people play where it's kind of a turn-based style thing where you put down cards and they have special abilities or powers, and then you kind of try to kill everybody else.
basically, if you ever play like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh or anything sort of closely related like to that, is basically related to Magic as well.
Yes, they're all kind of a similar concept, just different styles and different rules. But I'm a big fan of Magic because, you know what? I'm weird.
Magic is probably one of the older ones.
I think it's been around since 93. Yeah, my uncle actually started playing Magic when it first came out, so I know way too much about that from him. So how's that progress going with that cube? Any luck?
I don't know. Hard to say. Well, at least I got the T formation, but I'm still missing 2 corners.
I'll keep on trying. Alright, so we're gonna listen to some music while he tries to sort out that cube some more. What are we in the mood for? What type of music do you want to listen to?
Oh, me?
Yes,
Oh.
you. What type of music you want to hear?
I really don't care.
Here we go. Let's go with something.
Something that has a good beat to it, I guess.
Here's Avc's Wake Me Up.
Feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I can't tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start. They tell me I'm too young to understand. They say I'm caught up in a dream. Well, life will pass me by if I don't open up my eyes. So that's fine by me. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. I tried carrying the weight of the world, but I only have 2 hands. Hope I get the chance to travel the world, but I don't have any plans. Wish that I could stay forever this young, not afraid to close my eyes. Life's a game made for everyone, and love is the prize. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I This is gospel for the fallen ones, locked away in permanent slumber, assembling their philosophies from pieces of broken memories. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. The gnashing teeth and grinning tongues conspire against the odds, but they haven't seen the best of us yet. If you love me, let me go. If you love me, let me go. 'Cause these words are knives and often leave scars. The fear of falling apart. Truth be told, I never was yours. The fear of falling apart. This is gospel for the vagabonds, ne'er-do-wells and insufferable bastards, confessing their apostasies, led away by imperfect imposters. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Don't try to sleep through the end of the world and bury me alive, 'cause I won't give up without a fight. If you love me, let me go. If you love me, let me go. 'Cause these words are knives and often leave scars. The fear of falling apart. Truth be told, I never was yours. The fear of falling apart. Oh, 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 oh. The fear of falling apart. Oh, 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 oh. The fear of falling apart.
Alrighty, so that was This Is Gospel by Panic at the Disco. And we're going to get back to some more dork talk, or nerd talk, or whatever you want to call it. But, poor Old Spice is having some difficulties with his Rubik's Cube. But,
I kind of messed up a bit.
It's okay. He's a much better Magic player. So, now, question. What other things do you dork/nerd out about besides Magic?
Well,
Like, what other games or shows?
Legend of Zelda.
you see how quick that was? Legend of Zelda. Oh, yeah, that's a popular one. And yeah, that main character's name is Link, not Zelda, because we got to cover that base.
Well, good thing you know that. Not a lot of people do. For some reason, a lot of people look at Link and say, that's Zelda. I'm like, no, it's not Zelda.
Yes, I've seen a lot of stuff on the interwebs, and it's had lots of memes and jokes about the fact that Link is Link, not Zelda. Zelda is a girl, for one. And I actually got to meet this really nice cosplayer that was dressed up as Link at the Renaissance Fair that happens
Really?
up, I don't know, somewhere. I guess it's kind of close. I went there back when I first moved to the area, so I didn't know much about geography of the area. So now I'm like, yeah, that's actually really close, but I don't know where in the world it is, but it's close. It was like Great Lakes Renaissance Fair or something. The medieval Renaissance Fair thingy, I don't know. But they had a whole bunch of people dressed up as crazy things, and there was a lot of Doctor Who fans there, I know, because they were dressed in Doctor Who garb, whatever it was, but it was kind of crazy because there was just so many bow ties. All of the bow ties.
Which doctor were they dressed up as?
It was all over the place. They had several doctors because it was more than one person that was dressed up and more than one group.
You know what I mean? But as in, like, the Doctor one, I highly doubt anyone.
No, I was going to say
up
there was
as
a
the
lot
first
of
Doctor,
10th
but-
doctors and 11th doctors, but there was a few of the other ones. But it was mostly those two doctors that were the favorites because, hello, everybody loves the 10th Doctor. I mean, David Tennant. Need I say more? What, do you not care for David Tennant?
I not really got into the Doctor Who series much, but I have a friend that is into it, so I know that there's different doctors.
Yeah, I was going to say, they tend to be an all or nothing. You know just a little bit about from what your obsessed friends know about the series. And then there's just delving deep, and they've been sucked into the void of Doctor Who. I'm one of those people that I have those friends, and so I know what they've told me about it. I've seen a few episodes, but I never got sucked in. But I still know what David Tennant looks like, and David Tennant. I still love you, Jaden.
Well, did get into a different, this Once Upon a Time show I got into before.
Yeah, Once Upon a Time. I've seen, I think the first 2 seasons of it, and then I didn't have any access to cable TV or Netflix or Hulu or anything like that, so I couldn't watch anymore. Because,
Yeah.
it's just
There was
difficult.
one series with, like, a whole freaking what do you call that? Like the
Fictional universe?
No, just the whole series on like the freaking Frozen thing. There was
Frozen?
Yes, there was.
There was a season on the Frozen
yes,
section?
there was. They brought in Frozen in Once Upon a Time. It's ridiculous. I'm like,
that,
really?
That's kind of crazy. Just because I could almost see them bringing in the Ice Queen more than Frozen because
yeah, I know.
For those of you who know anything about Frozen or don't know anything about Frozen, there was a movie called The Ice Queen that came out before Frozen that was essentially this Frozen story, except for it was told slightly different and didn't become a major hit. But it's same basic stories, just a few plot changes. I think the Ice Queen turned out to be an evil character, and so maybe that's why it didn't sell so well. And they didn't merchandise it to, like, the craziest extent ever. I mean, how long has it been since that movie came out, and we're still seeing merchandise for it? I mean, I have shoelaces that are frozen because they were being sold at Hot Topic, but they're cute and purple. Okay. Ignore the fact that there's Olaf and Anna and Elsa on those shoelaces. They're purple. Look at how pretty purple they are. I like purple. Okay.
Olaf is one. I like Olaf. He's like so
crazy.
Yeah. And there's some
clueless.
Irony. My bad.
Irony.
Irony. My bad. Can't really talk right now for some reason.
It's
but
okay.
He's just singing about how awesome it would be in summer, and we all know he's gonna melt in a metal. Poor Olaf.
And then he makes this thing,
that song.
that song. Then I'll be and he pauses and he goes, "Happy Snowman," and we're like, no, that other word that actually rhymed. That's what you'll be. It was like puddle or something like that, or I don't know. It's hilarious because, my family actually did build a snowman because we're new to this snowy area. So we've never lived in a climate that had the ability to build a snowman before.
Really?
So what do? A few weeks ago, we built a snowman when it was like actual snow on the ground in our area, and it was adorable. We gave it a carrot nose, but the carrot nose didn't last very long. And it was kind of funny because we propped a little snow shovel up next to it in its little arm, and we're like, all right, go to work. It didn't work very well.
Shovel the snow for us, snowmen. Come
Yes.
on, do it.
Snowmen should be able to shovel snow. Oh, it would be amazing. Who doesn't think that? I think that it would be amazing.
That would be awesome.
So, did you build snowman as you grew up, or?
Yes, definitely. I definitely built snowmen before when I was growing up. When I was a kid, we used to build snowmen all the time, and have to go find twigs or something for its arms and make it look like it's wearing like the hat and all that stuff. Try to find something for its eyes and stuff like that.
I tried to make a top hat out of snow. It didn't work very well. It ended up being a fez. Because, I could make the little cone, or not cone, but the little top section of it, but the little brim was too difficult. It kept breaking off. So it turned into a fez. Because Doctor Who, why not?
Because Doctor Who.
Yeah, he's made them popular, so. Fezzes and bow ties and all manners of strange things. So, anything else any shows or games or anything that you find more appealing? Because we've talked about Zelda, we've talked about we kind of glazed over Once Upon a Time.
It was actually an episode where they introduced Peter Pan, and he actually turned out to be a villain.
I think I remember that episode. And it was kind of... I remember Hook. Maybe not Peter Pan. You know what? I think I remember Hook. I don't remember Peter Pan.
Well, you probably know Hook because Hook was like one in like the first few.
Yeah.
He's been there ever since the first episode. There's Hook.
Yeah. Did you get a chance to see Pan?
Oh, no.
The new Peter Pan?
No, I have not. I've seen the...
It leaves a lot of questions.
Really?
Yeah.
I never really... Is it good?
It's okay. It's not like, oh, we have to see this. And if you don't see it, it's like kind of, well, I just didn't see it. But it wasn't horrible. It was just kind of like one of those things where you're going, wait, why and how? And this is just setting up for a sequel. So
I do remember that I have watched the old Peter Pan movie with like all that bull crap with all those planets in the background and all that. What?
We have a list of things that we need to keep an eye on. So just warning.
Okay.
But yeah.
With all those planets this close to Earth, it's like, nah, that can't be possible. And then flying to the...
Well, that's one of the things that happened in Pan is they had a flying ship. That's how they got to Neverland in the first place.
Really? They got to Neverland in the flying ship? Is that in Hook's ship?
No, it's not Hook's ship. It's not Hook's ship that they get to the Neverland in to start off with, and Peter gets kidnapped, and he starts off as an orphan. So that's not too surprising, though. And he's just and he gets kidnapped in this ship, and they fly, and it's not just him that's kidnapped. It's like his whole orphanage that gets kidnapped, which is really confusing. And then shenanigans ensue. Lots of shenanigans. But it's kind of just confusing, and you go, wait, what? And then all of a sudden he can fly, because Peter Pan can fly. So, and then we get all this backstory, and they go underwater and get a whole bunch of backstory, and it's like he can see it like a TV or something. So, I don't know. It's definitely a lot of things where you're just going, wait, what? I don't understand how this happens. But Tiger Lily's in it, so...
Tiger Lily?
The chief's daughter. So, and that's another thing that's really confusing, because Tiger Lily's in it. She's, I think, late teens or early 20s that she's supposed to be in it at the age for her. But Hook's also in it, and Peter Pan's in it. Peter Pan's a younger boy, and Hook's not quite as old as you would think.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm just going, wait a second. How is it that later on, when Wendy comes, that Tiger Lily's now younger, or about the same age, Hook is older, and Peter's older? So it doesn't make any sense if they're not supposed to age. And why are they aging differently? Because, like I said, it just doesn't make any sense how Hook's suddenly older in the later episodes, but everybody else isn't. And then they have people that live there, and if you don't come from Earth, how do new people get there? So I don't know. Plot holes. All of the plot
movies
holes.
with weird questions you can put in it. Like, there's one movie I wish that never even existed, but maybe I shouldn't even mention it. There's a lot of people that seen it and just don't like it, and then there's those poor people that saw it and think it's okay, but it's absolutely terrible.
Now you're making me think of a very specific movie that, if it's the same movie, I agree it shouldn't exist and it needs to go, just fizzle into nothingness.
I wish I never saw it, but maybe for the people that listening and don't know what I'm talking about, maybe I should just name it once.
Just say it.
Last Airbender.
Yep, that's the one. I actually saw it, and I had free movie tickets to go see it. Went and saw it and said, I want my money back.
You had free tickets and you said you wanted money back?
I didn't tell it to the actual people at the movie theaters, but I was talking to my little sister who went to see it with me, and I'm just like, if I had paid money for that, I would want my money back because it's a joke. It really is. Anybody who watched any of the TV show or that read any of the comics, it's just like ridiculous what they did, and I don't understand it. And what's with the different names? And Sokka wasn't funny. He's the comic relief. He's supposed to be funny. And not in the I'm so smart and clever and witty funny, but in the I'm doing something ridiculous and it's biting me in the butt funny. Right?
Yes, right.
He's supposed to be like, oh, well, I'm going to try and do this and be heroic and everything, and it's going to come and bite me in the bottom.
One of the other weird things I noticed, at first I didn't really care, or I just tossed it aside because I'm like, it's a movie, whatever. Mm-hmm. But seriously, what the heck with the freaking races? They get it all mixed up. What the heck?
Yes.
All the waterbenders are like, what? Like
they have they have different.
What?
But it kind of makes sense because if they're in the North Pole or the South Pole, then they would get less sun.
Right.
But still, they're all supposed to technically be Asian. A world dominated by Asians, which makes even less sense than having different ethnicities and skin colors.
It didn't
and
really
everything,
bother me too much, but one thing I noticed is that every time Aang-Ung, whatever, in the movie they call Aang-Ung for some weird reason. That's really weird to me. But every time he talked, he looked like he was going to cry, but he doesn't cry.
I don't like the fact that they just didn't play the characters right. That bugged me more than anything else. I have a big peeve, a pet peeve type thing about when you translate a movie over, or a book over to a movie, or a TV show over to a movie, or whatever, that the character dynamics stay the same. I don't care if the storyline changes a bit, because you know what? That makes sense.
Speaking of story, all there was backstory and guitar talking.
Yes, but if the characters are at least the same or have similar mentalities, that works for me, because you know what? I liked the characters. That's why I watched the show or read the book. So you create new characters for that, it doesn't make any sense. It's not the same. They may have the same names, they may have the same look, but they're not the same character. Character development is very important. Like I said.
I can leave one last thing for this movie because I really don't want to talk about this much more.
We'll move on after this. All right.
They downgrade all the bending, which really pissed me off.
Yes. Oh, look. I could have just, splashed this water in your face, but I'm going to use magical water bending to do the exact same thing. It's going to take 3 times as long. Right?
Yeah.
Let's do all these complicated things. All right, splash.
Okay.
All right, we're going to cut to a commercial break, and we'll get back to you in a little bit about talking with other dorky, weird nerd stuff.
Lake Effect Radio.
Like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Lake Effect Radio Station.
Lakeland, do you know how to stand out from the crowd and get the interview? If not, then you should attend the Resume Workshop on Wednesday, February 17th from 10 a.m. to noon. Seating is limited. Registration is required. You can register at careers.lakelandcc.edu. Hope to see you there.
For personal research assistance, make an appointment with a Lakeland librarian. Stop by the library reference desk or call 440-525-7425 for more information. The library is located on the 3rd floor of C Building.
Come attend Lakeland's LinkedIn Workshop Friday, February 19th from 10 a.m. to noon in the Career Services Center located in room A1039. 70% of all jobs are found through social and professional networking connections. Learn how to use LinkedIn to build your career and job search network. Seating is limited and registration is required. You can register now at careers.lakelandcc.edu. Any additional questions, feel free to call Career Services at 440-525-7222. Again, that's 440-525-7222. Again, the LinkedIn workshop will be in A1039, January 29th at 10 a.m. to noon.
This is Chris Black, a.k.a. Chris Black Ohio, a.k.a. ChrisBlackOhio.com. This is Lakeland Lake Effect Radio. Make sure you check me out on the web. Peace.
Cause I wasted the light between both these times. I drew a really thin line. It's nothing I planned, and not that I can, but you should be mine across that line. If I traded it all, if I gave it all away for one thing, just for one thing, if I sorted it out, if I knew all about this one thing, wouldn't that be something? I promise I might not walk on by, maybe next time, but not this time. Even though I know I don't wanna know, yeah, I guess I know Yes, I know, I just hate how it sounds. If I traded it all, if I gave it all away for one thing, just for one thing, if I sorted it out, if I knew all about this one thing, wouldn't that be something? If I traded it all, if I gave it all away for one thing, just for one thing, if I sorted it out, if I knew all about this one thing, wouldn't that be something? If I traded it all, if I gave it all away for one thing, just for one thing, if I sorted it out, if I knew all about this one thing, wouldn't that be something? If I traded it all, if I gave it all away for one thing, just for one thing, if I sorted it out, if I knew all about this one thing, wouldn't that be something?
So welcome back to Lake Effect Radio's. This is Dork with We at 3, and I'm DJ Sparkles, and I still have my guest host over here, Old Spice. and he's still trying to figure out that Rubik's Cube. And
Yeah, I got up to like here now.
he's up to 3 sides. He can do it. His challenge is to get it done before the show is over. You have less than a
done.
half hour. You have like 20 minutes.
Not
You
sure
can
if
do
I.
it. You can do it. All you have to do is put that one white side on and match it up with the other ones.
Oh yeah, totally.
I guess when you know the answer, it's always easy. But you know, that number one rule of testing: when you know the answers, it's always easy. Life lesson right there, really is. So know the answers, and life will be easy. I don't know what I'm doing. and this is why I am called a dork.
There's some other things people like to nerd about that I like too, like Harry Potter.
Yes, we talked about Harry Potter last week.
Oh, you have?
Yes, we love talking about Harry Potter because Harry Potter is amazing.
The movies, the books.
Yes, they just did really well, and they're coming out with some new Harry Potter stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, isn't it supposed to be about like the monsters or whatnot?
Yes, and I'm just kind of wary about it because it's, yet again, like I was talking about earlier, I liked Harry Potter because of the characters. So, the fact that they're not going to have any of the main characters, Harry, Ron, Hermione, Neville, Snape, Dumbledore, any of them, McGonagall, we all love McGonagall. Everybody knows that. You don't love McGonagall?
Forget which one that is.
She's the head of House for Gryffindor.
Oh, her. Yeah.
Yes, she's amazing. Hagrid should at least be in this movie. If he's not, then or this show or whatever it is. Otherwise, it's nope, just nope. Hagrid's the best. We all love Hagrid. But yes, we love Harry Potter here because Harry Potter. I'm not wearing my Harry Potter socks today.
You have Harry Potter socks?
Slytherin, to be specific.
Slytherin? Are you a Slytherin?
I'm a Slytherin. You know it. What's your house?
I've taken this one Pottermore test.
Yes, Pottermore is the only way, but...
Apparently I was put in Hufflepuff.
We found our Hufflepuff. We've been looking for a Hufflepuff.
You have?
Yes, because we have a Gryffindor, we have a Slytherin, we have a Ravenclaw, and now we have our Hufflepuff. And he's even wearing, like, kind of a Hufflepuffy t-shirt.
I am.
Kind of. Sort of. Not really, but
Not really,
kind of,
no.
sort of. It's got stripes on it.
It got stripes on it. It's my
Close
Hufflepuff.
enough. It's a very mellow T-shirt. Hufflepuffs are
If I
supposed
was
to be
drawing, I
mellow.
would wear something yellow and black or something.
Yes, but it's got that. I don't know. I give up. I'm trying.
You're trying to make it work.
I'm not very good at this. If you're a Hufflepuff, then explain your house. Yes, explain your house.
Explain my house.
Yes. What do you?
About Hufflepuff.
Why? What do you? Show your Hufflepuff pride and tell me what you think about your house. Your interpretation of what your house is. Oh no, maybe he's not a true Harry Potter nerd.
Yeah. I don't really know much about Hufflepuff to be exact, but I just took.
He kind of sounds like a Hufflepuff, doesn't he?
What?
I just ended up here, and I know I'm in this house, but I don't really know what it's about. It's such a Hufflepuff thing. Sorry if I'm offending any Hufflepuffs out there, but correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, seriously, go on live stream and, chat with me. It would be amazing to hear some feedback about people's opinions on what their house is really like. So, so you just know that you're in Hufflepuff and you're Pottermore tested for Hufflepuff.
Pretty much, yes. That's all I know. It's like I played Pottermore and just like I wonder what house I would be in. Oh, I'm in Hufflepuff. Cool.
See.
Also took this if any of you read Percy Jackson book series or anything or Heroes of Blood of Olympus book series, any of that, I've taken this one test just because I like the books of what my godparent would be if I was a demigod.
Yeah. So who's your parent?
Apparently, I've just tested and I'm like, oh, I like the sea and I like to be in nature. Seems that I think I'm around either Poseidon or I've tested either in Poseidon or Poseidon's all I remember. I'm like, oh, cool, Poseidon. I like the water and whatnot.
Athena.
Athena?
I'm Athena.
I guess it's because you can solve a Rubik's Cube.
Okay, yeah, just a little bit. A bit of an intellectual, but I have no idea what I'm doing. I just end up doing the right thing at the right time, and it works. I don't know. So.
I've actually read all those Rick Warden books. I'm actually currently on the Norse mythology one.
Yeah.
I believe it's called the Sword of Summer.
Okay.
Book.
Yeah, my little sister's doing the Norse mythology ones right now too. I only went through the Percy Jackson series and stopped after that, and then she got sucked into that because of me, and then just went full throttle and blasted through them all.
Did you ever get to read the Heroes of Olympus book series?
Did. Yeah, no.
That's pretty much like the sequel of Percy Jackson because it has the character Percy Jackson and Annabeth, but also introduced some new ones.
Yeah.
But it's not like you're following Percy Jackson all the time like in the other one.
Isn't that the Roman gods?
Yeah, it's Greek and Roman. He's pairing them together, and there's like different camps and all not.
Yeah.
They don't really follow Percy Jackson all the time, but he is in there. They follow like a few different main characters. There's 3 or 4, I believe. I can't really remember them all.
Okay.
It's not just Percy Jackson this time that saves the world. I guess. They're going against. In this book, they go against Gia, I believe, the Earth goddess.
Gaia.
Gaia. I don't know. The Earth goddess is pretty much just trying to destroy the gods in this book series. But I don't want to give too much away if you want to read it.
Yeah, I know a bit about mythology from different walks of each grouping. I don't know. I used to play this game called Age of Mythology. Have you heard of it?
Actually, no, but I have played this game called Smite. Ever heard of that? It's kind of like...
I've heard of it, yeah.
It's kind of similar to League of Legends, but you play as mythic gods instead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in Age of Mythology, it's kind of like Civilization or one of those other build-it type games where you build up your base camp and you build up an army, and then you run around and go destroy everything else.
So it's kind of like a mythology version of Clash of Clans?
Well, I wouldn't quite say Clash of Clans because it's mostly played one player. You can play two player because it's an old school computer game.
Okay.
Yeah, but you build up your people and everything, and it's real-time play, so well, not necessarily real-time, but it's accelerated real-time play, so you're running around and going and killing things, but everything's time-based, and there's no turns or anything. And they have a campaign mode where you go up against you follow a storyline just like most campaign modes, and you go through everything. And then you also have the option of just playing a free-for-all, build your own map type thing where you can either play against real people or the computer-generated characters. And it's all based on some sort of mythology. There's the Norse mythology, there's the Greek mythology, there's Roman mythology, and there's also Egyptian mythology that are covered in the original game. And then they have the Titans expansion pack where it goes on to Titans. So you have like Gaia in that series, and I can't remember, Kronos and things of that nature.
Alright, I forgot that the Earth goddess, I guess, is not really a goddess. She's actually like one of the oldest, second oldest thing in that mythology.
But in the universe.
Like, yeah, in that mythology, she's like the second oldest thing. There was the whatever in that. I don't really remember that far back in that much mythology, but I know it's like some weird darkness and something else, and they kind of created the universe, I guess. I don't really know. I kind of forget that one.
Yeah, so I remember some things. I don't remember it all, but it's something I kind of was really into for a while because mythology is cool. It really is. There's all sorts of crazy things, and the way that they explained it, because they didn't have the science to explain it that we now have. So instead of the sun and moon rising because the earth is rotating, they thought that gods were chasing each other across the skies and things of that nature. And it's kind of, and each mythology had its own version, but they were all very similar in many ways because the different areas had to deal with similar problems, which is one of the reasons why the Greek and Roman gods were very, very similar, because the Greek and Roman colonies were so close together, so they experienced majority of the same problems and things happening in their life. They just had a different name for everybody.
Well, like, there was one goddess that was, there was a god, wait, no, they had that in both. I forget. Oh, there was actually in Roman mythology, there's a goddess of war.
Yes.
But in Greek mythology, there is no goddess of war. There's a god of war, Ares.
Well, there is a goddess of wisdom and battle.
Well,
slightly different, but similar attributes. So, and it's kind of just one of those things where there's a lot of overlap, but they're not identical. And by any chance, did you ever watch any of the old Hercules, The Legendary Journeys, or Xena, or any of those TV shows?
TV shows? No, but I have seen like one movie of Hercules, and I saw It was kind of weird. There was a movie of Hercules I saw, and then there was a year later they made a different Hercules, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, they've made a lot of Hercules remakes because he's a popular character. He really
True.
is.
I even saw the cartoon one.
Mm-hmm. Everybody loves the original Hercules Disney movie.
That was probably one of my favorite ones. I like that one.
But yes, they had TV shows back in the 90s, mid to late 90s, that were revolving around these Greek and Roman themes, where there were a lot of TV. There was Hercules: The Legendary Journeys, and then there was Xena, and then I think there was a few others, but those were the ones that I watched because those are the best ones. And there was actually quite a bit of overlap between the two shows, and they go into a lot of the different gods and what they did, and they even move up in Xena and go into the Norse mythology a little bit, and they travel to Egypt, but they don't really talk too much about the Egyptian gods, and they just kind of, well, little show that I like to watch. Check it out maybe if you want to. There's ways of finding it.
A lot of my knowledge of the gods and their powers came from the Rick Warden books that I have read. Like,
Yes.
That Ra, R-A, is an Egyptian mythology. He's the sun god. The god of the sun. And he had a son named Horse, also a bird. It's a lot of Egyptian mythologies, gods were based off of like animals. I've found that kind of interesting.
Egyptians really did seem to worship their animals and see them almost as deities. I mean, the cats alone were just in their pure cat form were seen as this magnificent creature that no one could even parallel with, along with the dung beetle. But
dung beetle? Really?
Yes, they worship dung beetles to a degree. They thought they were very magical and they had powers, and I don't know too much about that. I mostly focus on the Greek and Roman side, mostly because they're so similar. But
it gets kind of funny. Even like the god of the dead, Anubis, I believe. He kind of looks like a dog-like thing.
Yeah, he had the head of a jackal, I believe.
Yeah, head of a jackal.
Yeah. They definitely had a great symbolic meaning behind a lot of these different animals, and it's kind of interesting to think about that. But it's not too surprising because those were what they were encountering in their lives, and they thought pharaohs were. They ascended to a godly position. And I'm fired. Apparently I'm fired. For everyone to know, it's been broadcasted to the world. I have officially been fired because I don't know why. Probably because of my nerdiness. But it's Dork with we at 3, so we're gonna keep on nerding.
I do love like how all mythology and they have in such detail what these gods could do and what they have and their powers. It's like, wow, how'd they think of all of this? Like, seriously, like for example, like their armor was so strong it couldn't like pierce it. You can't pierce through it. There's all sorts of relics that they would wear and all. Just gods are in mythology. It's very interesting to me.
Yes, and they the food of the gods, ambrosia.
Also, food of the gods is supposed to be like it's supposed to be extremely delicious, and no mortal is allowed to actually eat it. There was actually one, but he tried to make it, and then they punished him, making him an island that he couldn't ever eat food again or drink.
Yep. See what happens when you try to do something you're not supposed to do?
Oh yeah, and all the gods in mythology seem that if you don't want to piss off the gods, ever.
Yeah. And you don't want to get within a 20-foot radius of Zeus. Especially if you're a female. Lesson to be learned. That's number one rule of knowing anything about Greek mythology is you stay away from Zeus as best you can, because you know what, he just likes to mess things up and have lots of kids.
And if you're a child of Zeus, then frickin' his wife would not like that.
Yes,
not at all.
Hera did not like that at all. That's one of the big themes behind Hercules is just the dislike from Hera coming from the stem because of Zeus's infidelity. But we're gonna wrap it up today. This was Dork with We at 3, and I'm DJ Sparkles, and we have Old Spice signing off, and he's shaking his head. No.
Yeah.
I think
I didn't finish the Rubik's Cube. That's as far as I got.
Aw, so sad. But we will catch you next week at 3 o'clock, and have a great day. This is Lake Effect Radio. Talk to you soon.
Be sure to watch us live on www.livestream.com/lakeeffect.